Let's drop the beat.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Beat Drop. Once again, I am on vacation in sunny old Illinois visiting family, but I could not help but still bring you the amazing content that you tune into every single week here on the Tranquility channel. We've got quite a few interviewees set up for this evening, so we got to get this show on the road. I want to go ahead and remind you, though, if you have any questions for any of our interviewees tonight, be sure to be putting them in that chat below. I know that some of our content creation team will be in that chat and will be funneling me those questions. So your question could end up on tonight's episode of the Beat Drop. So let me go ahead and I gotta change a couple of settings here. I'm working on one screen on vacation, so not everything is right in front of me. But I hope you all are doing incredibly well. Let's go ahead and get into that first interview tonight. We're going to be starting off with an amazing duo. Who says that friendship doesn't transcend the ages? Well, you'll find no stronger bond than that between the tank and support of the Luminous Foxes. From IRL to the Overwatch stage, these two always have each other's backs in more ways than one. Welcome to the Beat Drop, NRFT, and Colorform. Welcome, folks. How y'all doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Me too.
So those of you may be asking, Colorform, I thought we saw them earlier in the season. Well, needless to say, we did have an issue where their team decided to be a little memey with our answers, so the interview was a little awkward. Was not a fan of that, and so we're giving them a second chance to come back, answer some real questions, and actually have some fun this time instead of getting a lot of odd questions with odd answers. So hopefully we've got that cleared up this time around. So let's go ahead and get this show started. I did note in the intro, I do want to dive a little deeper. You two have been friends for almost a decade. Like, and especially with y'all being that young, like that's quite a feat. Very few people have had friends that long at such a young age. So starting with NRFT, would you like to kind of comment on how that's been, kind of having a friend for that long of time and in such your short experience on the planet Earth?
Worst experience of my life.
Oh,
no,
damn,
I'm
that's
just,
a right.
Wow.
to be honest, like Color's really good. I mean, he's been a great friend, always been there since elementary school, middle school. Now we're in high school together. I mean, we've been playing video games and stuff our entire lives. I can always he's always there to hang out and stuff. So I mean, I love like being as close as I am with someone like Color.
How about you, Color? Is the relationship mutual with NRFT?
Definitely. Like, it's just been, I don't know. We kind of like share everything with each other because just we've known each other for so long that like everything is mutual, I guess, is a good way to put it.
Awesome. Well, it's absolutely incredible. Well, let's go ahead and dive a little deeper. 10 years is a lot to cover. We won't be covering every area tonight, but we do have a couple of things to kind of note on, with one of them being that you both actually play in band together. What would you say, Color, starting with you, encouraged you both to participate in band? Was it like one joined and the other jumped in later? Were you both interested at the same time? Kind of how'd that come to be?
I don't really know how early NFT was interested. I was interested like a little bit before our school let us start, but once they actually let us start band, we both joined at the same time. We're not
Awesome.
actually in band together anymore,
Oh,
but
Tragic.
it's just me now. But like, it's fine.
NRFT said that Overwatch grind is too much. I just need
don't-
to spend more
yeah.
time.
I wouldn't consider NFT a person that would do band, really.
Oh, okay. So, what instruments did you play, or have you played when you were in band or are in band? And RFT, you can start.
I was trombone way back when. It's
All
2 years without practice. I'm not as good as I used to be, so
right.
kind of hard to get back into it. I might have done band, but I mean, COVID and stuff didn't have any
Yeah.
time to practice. So
Yeah, my eldest child is a flute player, and that
mm,
same thing kind of happened there. They're trying to get back into it this year, but still, like,
mhm.
it's kind of like riding a bike, but not really, because you don't
Yeah.
really, a bike's relatively simple, vice figuring out how many finger holes and when to press
Hmm.
them. So, needless to say, that is definitely a challenge. How about you, Color? What instrument or instruments do you play for band?
I play the clarinet and the oboe.
Ooh, all right, all
The oboe
right.
is definitely harder than the clarinet.
Yeah, I definitely
Mhm.
could imagine. I was a vocalist in school, so I don't know anything about that. I have to tune this instrument right here and get all the sounds that I need. Whether they're good or not is a completely different story. But
I got
nevertheless,
you.
um, uh, looking kind of, I want you to kind of reflect on y'all's relationship with your friendship with one another, and um, Color. I'm gonna start with you. Give me kind of what you feel is your favorite moment of your friendship between you and NRFT.
Hmm.
We ask the loaded questions here on the beat drop.
I don't know if I can answer that because it take like an hour to think
Give me the
about it.
Cliff Notes version.
I have no idea.
I got one. If you
All
need
right,
time to
start us
think.
off.
Um, it's been like a few years, but back when we were in the band and stuff, they used to do a yearly trip to Cedar Point. Yeah,
Ooh.
that like me, Color, and a few other of our guys, we like went out and hung out at Cedar Point. Those. It was just 2 trips, but those have been like some of the most fun I've had. Like just being able to like, I mean, roller coasters are like some of the coolest things, but like being able to have a large group of friends to go with as well just makes it like that much better. So.
Oh, of course.
I think I'd probably just have to agree with that because I still can't think of anything else. I don't remember moments really. Like it's just kind of
It's just the you're
yeah.
just along for the ride, right? The
Yeah.
best part of your friendship is that you get to be friends every day. That, hey,
Mhm.
there's nothing wrong with that. We all live lives a little bit differently. Some appreciate the highlights, and some appreciate the whole ride. So nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Now, kind of transitioning as we go from kind of your friendship now to Overwatch and your team Luminous Foxes. Y'all ended up on the same team. I imagine that was not by accident, but I know the Foxes org. There had to have been a tryout phase and whatnot. So, how were tryouts for both of you when you were looking to get on the team? And was there a backup plan should one of you not make it? We'll start with NRFT.
Um, so I'm gonna be honest, straight up here. I shouldn't have been on this team. Um, what ended up happening was one of our other friends, Clem.
Hmm.
He's a main tank player. He's in chat right now. I think I saw him.
Hmm.
He was originally going to be the assistant coach for this team, and
Oh.
there was I'll just say a little bit of nepotism going on there. But I
Okay.
mean, I've improved. I think the team is happy that I was the off tank pick at the end, but yeah, I was a little bit rough at the beginning.
I mean, y'all still here, and that's what
Hmm.
matters at the end of the day. As long as you can keep making it through each round, that's all that matters. How about you, Color? How was the tryout process for you getting out on Luminous
Um,
Foxes?
I would say that I feel like I belong on the team more than NRFT does, I guess. Although I don't really remember it that well, but I'm pretty sure the tryout just didn't calm that much, so they didn't really like him. I thought NRFT played better than the other OffTank, but obviously in the same thing. But yeah, I got nepotism into the team too by Clem.
That's absolutely incredible. Now, like I asked before, was there any kind of backup plan? Like if one of you didn't make it, like, you'd either try out for another team together or start your own team or anything like that? Or was it going to be you might be friendly rivals along the line if that didn't work out?
I don't. I mean, I had been trialing for a few teams, and like I said, it was going rough. So I don't really know where I would have gone. I might have trialed for a few more teams because this was pretty like at like the beginning of last season's off season.
Okay.
So like there was plenty of time. I could have found a team, but I think if I didn't make that team, I was kind of looking to not play. But I'm very
Gotcha.
glad that I got the opportunity to.
So y'all weren't dependent on trying to make sure you were both on the same team. It was just making sure you got on a team to begin with.
Yeah, I mean,
Gotcha.
it's like it's great having somebody who like color, like I like we know each other, like we know how we want to play and stuff. Like it's great having like a friend on the team,
Mhm.
but I would love to be rivals as well. That'd be pretty fun.
Yeah. If I didn't make the team, I probably wouldn't have. I probably just would have not played on a team because I didn't know what I was doing. This is the first team I've ever been on,
Oh,
and
okay.
like I wouldn't have joined one because I didn't know how to go about doing that.
Yeah, the stories of if you watch any of the previous beat drops of how people find themselves on teams, sometimes it's kind of wacky how it ends up happening. So I can understand sometimes if you aren't in the know about how to get on any kind of competitive team, it definitely can be a wild ride. That's for sure. NRFT, you kind of noted on this a little bit. How does kind of the competitive nature of being on Luminous Foxes, participating in Tranquility, how do you two believe that impacts kind of your friendship? Do you feel that your friendship like helps you build synergy easier with the rest of the team? Because I imagine y'all played together before
Hmm.
you played on a team together, and or is it sometimes does it get a little heated because that closeness is there, and then you have to leave from the match or the scrim and then go see each other IRL at school?
Um, I would definitely say that it's kind of like all the like really good Overwatch League teams, like the Dallas Fuel for let's take for example, like they
Hmm.
got like that core of like great friends, like they have that synergy, which
Hmm.
is like something that adds to the how like good the team was throughout last season.
Gotcha.
So I would say there's definitely like that with us, like we know like how each other wants to play and stuff. But I wouldn't call you said like some heated arguments and stuff. I wouldn't say like heated, but I'm definitely less afraid to tell color how it is than some of the other people on the team.
NRFT knows how to play the game better than I do, but I don't listen sometimes. I don't even think I know how to play my own role, but
Uh,
I mean, I've got clips that show otherwise. To be completely honest, I think you have got it on lock there, color. So no
I can
worries about that.
aim, but I don't.
But you
My
play
positioning is not
support.
good.
What's aim? You just make sure that
Depending on
you play Lucio or BAP and
mm-mm.
just get in the general vicinity of people. If you're playing Ana, that's a different story. But you
Anna.
know.
I haven't played Anna in years.
It was so very long ago when the grandma was in my pocket. All right. um so do you still participate, like do you still like duo and play with like your other friends in Overwatch outside of like official matches and scrims and whatnot with Luminous?
Not Overwatch. All of my friends were kind of in Overwatch because of me and Color and Clem, and now that like
Uh
we're competing on a more like competitive scene, I guess. They really didn't care that much. They were just there
hmm,
casually, so we kind of took a bit of a step ahead, and they're. I mean, we still hang out and stuff, but they're not like
gotcha.
competing.
Color, are there
Mhm.
any particular games that you and your friends or particular activities y'all do kind of outside of Overwatch to kind of keep that friendship a budding?
Mm, really, it's just kind of talking at lunch. I haven't played with them because they're not on that often, and I've also
Okay,
made like a lot of new friends since I got into high school. So
makes
it's like
sense.
band people is a lot of what I hang out with outside of school because
Gotcha.
like I kind of have to. I have a busy schedule with them.
All right, all right. So, we are getting to the end of our time here, but I've got two more questions for you all. Actually, I think I got one more than that, or a couple more than that. Looking in the chat, Cucumbered Pickle says, "What are your favorite genres of music?" NRFT, why don't you start us off?
Um, I like kind of everything on the spectrum, but if I were to pick, don't make fun of me, but I like Hannah Montana, like the like that like country stuff. I think that's pretty cool.
Hey, I mean, to each their own. Music is kind of what one of those international languages. Everybody likes their own thing, and it definitely can show through the work you do. How about you, Color? Is there any particular music genre that you enjoy?
It's funny because I was gonna say the exact same thing as
All right,
NRFT.
nice. I mean, that's
I've changed since the last interview.
nothing wrong with that. Especially in high school, changes kind of the name of the game. You're discovering yourself, finding what you like, what you don't like. So nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Cry in the chat asks, "What are the origins of your usernames?" Color, why don't you go ahead and start this one off?
So back on Xbox, I was trying to change my username to something, and like I'm a bit of a science person, so I was
Okay,
gonna change it to like a chemical. And
all right.
NRT suggested formaldehyde, but it was too long for Xbox, so I just made it chloroform. And then this one girl on Snapchat was like asking for what it was, and she
Yeah.
spelled it colorform, so I just stole it from her because I thought it was funny.
Nice. All right. A little darker and insidious than I would have thought it would have been, but nevertheless, pretty neat. How about you, NRFT?
It's an acronym. I refuse to leak what the acronym means, just for
Oh,
the
so we
mystery.
got another dirt spiracy here. I see. We don't know we know it's an acronym, but we don't know what it is. So, chat, go ahead, start putting
Clem, don't
your
leak.
favorite NRFT, what you think NRFT stands for there in the chat. So, all right. So the question kind of on everybody's minds, right? We're at the cusp. We're at the last match of the knockout round. And so we got to know, of all the teams that are still competing, Luminous Foxes being one of them, the rest being Flashbacks, Koala Kings, Chrysalis, Frost Nova, Palm Beach Poggers, Sky Guardians, and the Miami Yikes. Which two teams do you two believe will make it to the championship round? NRFT, start us off.
Clip it and ship it, chat. Frost Nova to the finals. That's my hot take. Frost. I talked about it last on the podcast. Like I believe in Frost Nova. They're making it all the way.
All right. And I would imagine you also would want to see Luminous get to the end as well.
I would like to.
I mean, it's a challenge. I'm not gonna admit, whether you're the top seed or the bottom seed, it's a challenge to get there. So best of luck to you. Color, how about you? Other than Luminous,
Um,
who do you want to see make it to the championship?
I'm kind of I don't know. I'm not like a big predictor, and I don't pay attention to a lot of things, and I don't bet on teams. I kind of just like exist and bandwagon with whoever is like the best.
Okay.
So I'm right all the time. So I probably say flashbacks because of that, because that's what
Yeah.
everyone thinks is gonna win.
I mean, last season's last season's runner ups, I believe, if I remember correctly. So I mean, definitely got that run getting ready to come in for sure. Uh I want to give a shout out to EZH underscore 6789, 2 months subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thanks for supporting our amazing community. We appreciate that. All right. So, last question of the night. We can't let you get away without some weird questions here on the beat drop. So, Color and NRFT, deliberate. Why are manhole covers not square?
Do they need to be square?
But
I feel
why
like it's
aren't
easier.
they?
I think it's easier to remove them if they're circular because you can pull them off and like slide them instead of having them get stuck on corners.
But you don't even pull them out by the corners. There's like two holes in the middle that you just lift it up and put it
Yeah,
out.
but like you slide them off the top. You don't like lift it up a lot of the time. At least
True.
if you have
Well,
one
technically, a
person.
machine probably lifts it up. To be completely honest,
I've seen people just
unless
grab
you're
it
like
and pull it.
in like a small town or something. But definitely, all right. I get you. I get you. I'm just saying, I might be for square manhole covers 2024. We'll go ahead and get that hashtag rolling there on Twitter and see what happens. NRFT in color form, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Really appreciate it. Be sure, folks, to follow them on their Twitters located right underneath those cameras they got right there. Do either of you have anything that you'd like to shout out or talk about before we move on to our next interview?
Color, you go first.
Okay. I want to shout out my coach Scene and my main support Cucumber for trolling me in my last interview because then if they didn't troll me, I wouldn't have gotten a second chance and I would have never gotten to have an interview with NRFT.
Aw. How about you, NRFT?
I want to shout out Inferno. The guys lost last night. You played really good though. That series was insane against Echo Fleet and Aurora. You played yourself, bud.
Yeah, that was absolutely insane. As the closer and closer that we get to those championships, these matches are going to go nuts, folks. You got to be tuning in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to be seeing the action go on. Let's go ahead and get to our next interview. We have the OffTank of Reckless Shockwave. Although recently retired from the competitive scene, we couldn't let them get away without dropping some hot knowledge about their time